And here we are back into the game, and it's going to be asking questions versus Zigma. Of course, the way the round went previously on map Dust 2, which was asking questions map pick. It was fairly close, but it went all the way. 16 and 14 was the end of it, and asking questions won, just like how they're going to win this knife round. Of course, with that, they get to pick which side they want to start on. And on a map like Overpass, which, mind you, is Zigma's map pick, I think they would want to start on CT, right? It's somewhat fairly more than often CT-sided. It's a map where CTs can actually rotate in between sites fairly quickly. I mean, it's Overpass, you got over and under. The A site is somewhat on top of the B site, so you can actually rotate and move fairly quickly. If you're wondering where the Dark Side versus Camel's stream is, unfortunately it's not here. I don't really know where, but we'll find out who triumphs who and who's going to face against whichever team right now in the grand finals. So far, nothing much has happened, but there is a decoy that has been tossed over up around, I think, Party. And aside from that, a lot of footsteps up towards B long. Asking questions, not aware of this. They hear the decoy. They're hanging out around bathrooms, maybe around B short area. Connector, actually. Don't hear much. A little bit of a jiggle from Reality. And a bit of a stalemate on both sides. Not much movement. Here we go. Let's start things off. I think Genius is trying to find an entry, but there it is. They know that there's one on A. They take him down. You try to push up Connector, and you're going to get pincered by two players, Genius and Reality. Oh, boy. Give this guy a P250, and he will decapitate your head. You try to push out again. There are two players here, dude. You got to be careful. And it's going to be Reality who finds the headshot, and all just like that. Bomb has been planted. It's all up to Inns, who is going to try to make the rotate from the underpass area. Well, B heaven, but A heaven, sorry. B heaven, god damn it. But he's going to find three heads. Let's give him a fourth round of applause. Still has to take Just Cause down, who is holding the off angle. An instant Glock shot to the face, and you are dropped dead onto the ground. Zigma takes pistol round. Fairly decent start. I guess it is Zigma's map pick, so I wouldn't expect any less. If we take a look at their statistics, statistically they have not been performing on Dust 2, but Overpass is a map where they have a 50% win rate. Playing against the likes of, I think, East Asian teams like W2C, so of course they should be a lot better here. Asking questions is going to opt for the full save this time around, so we know it's probably going to be a 2-0 unless some kind of shenanigans happen. But aside from that, let's just take a quick look for what is going on the other side. Camels versus Ducks. Dark Side is actually still underway. They have not completed their games yet, or either that or it hasn't been updated on the 5E website. If you want to take a look, I think you can type !brackets in the Twitch chat, and our moderator, Xiong, will help you out. It's going to be Caramel who actually goes in with his teammate to take Genius down. It's already two players off the board from Zigma. Reality will do the rest as we go in for it with the remainder of the sprays. Let's just empty our entire magazine into this one person. Don't want to give him any chance to come back from the dead, but he's still going to find a couple more headshots. Caramel. Jesus. Quite deadly, even only with USPs, and that just shows. Asking questions, even if this is Zigma's map pick, they can actually take this away, but who knows? Both teams, I think they've proven that they're somewhat on par. At the very least, Zigma, sometimes when they make tiny mistakes, when they get a little bit overconfident, then that's where things start to fall apart. Asking questions a lot more methodical and procedural in how they take control over the map, as evident by what we see about their positioning right now. One by Baths, one around the back of Party. I guess that's Math's connector. One watching short, one watching long, and then you got 3 people around the A site. Of course, positioned around heaven as well. So, sensing danger, Zigma. They have quite the number of AKs and Mac-10s, so I want to give those up. Some are going to push in. It's going to be Genius with the fast run and gun to take YSK down. Immediately traded by Caramel. What am I talking about? All these teams, all these players, they are evenly matched. Only thing that sets them apart is perhaps teamwork, coordination, or strategy. And maybe team chemistry as well, as Zigma has a lot more, I guess, months of experience under their belt. But as I say that, Caramel will find an op shot. Of course, that is from information that has been retrieved by his teammate. Now it's down to a 3v2. Just Cause and Rolex Monster trying to make their way onto a site. Rolex, you think it's clear now. You can't quite lurk anymore. He's going to get shut down. And that is the strength of Caramel with his op. I saw someone typing that in the chat earlier on. Caramel is very annoying to play against. And on a map like Overpass, I think that's just going to be a lot more potent. Because you have all of these elevated angles, long-range duels where the op will admirably perform. Definitely against, like, you know, the AK. Unless miscalculations, he misses his shot or something. But for now, it seems to be working. And, of course, Just Cause is afraid. Going to hang back, save up, and definitely give asking questions a round for now. So, bonus round goes to asking questions. 1-2 is the score. They call for tactical timeout. Still early days, so a little bit unsure about how Zigma approaches this map, at least for the time being. They seem to be, I don't know, going for, they seem to be rather loose, right? You got some players around each and every side, maybe a bit of defaults. They go in for the pushes, the peaks, but they make it even trades. Only thing is, when they don't quite have the economy to back them up, they don't have the utility to smoke off, they don't have set pieces, they kind of leave themselves exposed to people like Caramel. So again, if you're wondering what the first score for the first map between Asking Questions and Zigma, it was Dust 2. It was 16-14 in favor of Asking Questions. And right now, it's going to be Zigma with a fast and furious set execute onto the A side. But of course, Inns playing from heaven will find 2 easy sprays. Bomb has not been planted yet. Might be a matter of time, but they have to be careful about how they approach this. And Chocolate exploiting this gap from the smoke will take reality down. It's all up to Just Cause now in this 1v4. Creeps up around Toxic, but it's just going to be an easy shot for Inns as he puts it in to you from heaven. Two and Asking Questions are just clawing their way back. Of course, it's still very early. This is what is expected of them. And very possibly a 3-2 now that Zigma does not have the economy. So just a little bit of background on who Asking Questions are. I mean, I guess if you're not familiar with the Singaporean Counter-Strike scene, then you might not know who they are, or if you don't read CSGO to Asia. But they are I guess, somewhat of a mixed team. It's a Singaporean team primarily. Of course, they're just going to find easy frags this time around. YSK doing his thing. Singaporean team, but they've got players from all over the place, right? They got some players from the ex-Optic India team, the one with the Forsaken incident, which is funny and weird, but too bad. That's just kind of what it is. It's a meme in the Counter-Strike community now, let's be honest. But moving forward, they have made adjustments, and of course, that's where Asking Questions come in. They pick up one of the Optic India players, and I believe that is Caramel. I think Rossi was on the roster as well, but this time it's either a sub or they found someone new. And that is the form of the rest of them. It's going to be Seaweed, along with perhaps... I think it's just Seaweed. Chocolate, Insanity, or Inns, and YSK are usual players from their Asking Questions roster. And now with a little bit of early aggression up towards Playground, it's going to be an even trade. What did I say? Zigma does this, right? A couple rounds, they try to make set executes work, but that's only when they're desperate, when they only have mech 10s. Now, when they have weapons, they want to play a little bit more loose, a little bit more careful, right? We see what we can get. We get some information because we don't want to make uneducated guesses, and then we try to formulate a plan around this. So looking at their positions right now, one lurking in towards connector, the others around B short, and that's going to be Genius. But with tiny little plays like that, they can find openings in Asking Questions defense. All right, a little bit of a flash from a teammate. You find one frag. Maybe this signals that the A site has been softened up, and of course Genius is going to exploit this. He pushes forward, calls the A site clear. They get the bomb down. Let's see how Asking Questions responds to this. They need to make it quick, but I don't think they're going to be fast enough. They want to make it a split push, one from Connector, but Just Cause is already prepared for that. He gets the information, immediately backs off, as they know that the other one is probably going to be Chocolate up from this part of the map. Coming in from CT, a little bit tough though. He finds one headshot and suddenly we're in a 2v2. Both sides fairly low. Chocolate pushes in, tries to get a spray, but information given away from the footsteps. It's going to be an easy frag for Reality and Just Cause. Information is the name of the game. They have the bomb down. Impetus is on Asking Questions to push in. It's just a matter of, all right, guys, we might be low. We have nerves of steel. And that is what we've seen time and time again from Zigma. Whether the bomb is down, whether the heat is up against them, they're calm, cool, collected. They're in control. And all they need is information about where you're going to be pushing them from and easy frags for days. Now again, full buys on both sides. Score is 3-3, fairly tied up. This smoke should hit somewhere around the A site. Oh no, actually it goes in towards Baths. Let's see how they make it work though. I think they're trying to clear out B short and get a little bit more information. They're both sides just biding their time for now. And if we take a look at how Asking Questions are playing, it's definitely a little bit more of a default. Something that they've played in previous rounds before, which I'm not sure. It's tough to say because both sides are playing this kind of style. A little bit puggy, a little bit loose. We play for information first because we fear the unknown. But now Zigma, if it's going to be this style, I mean, once they sense that Asking Questions aren't going in for information, they know they can exploit it because it's probably going to be a default meeting, either 1 or 2 on either side. And that just means they want to make a side execute happen. But of course, when their plans are foiled, they immediately make the call to rotate and fall back. They have to make it quick though, 20 seconds left. They might have found one, but can they get the A site? That is another question. Of course, what did I say about Overpass? A site that is easily rotated for the CTs. Just like this, take a look at the minimap. Every single player from Asking Questions already making their way up to the A site. And of course, YSK already up there. Easy headshots. Couple more bursts, and he takes the Zigma squad down. So, Zigma, loose is not the way you want to go. Asking Questions are just a little bit more prepared for that, and this time with a bit of a full save, with the exception of Rolex and cigarettes on upgraded pistols. They're gonna be, I feel a bit of a Hail Mary coming forward. Actually, maybe not. Maybe they're just waiting for the molly, the incendiary to dissipate up around Playground as they push in forward. The pistol train, choo-choo. Let's see what they can find. Caramel gets the information, and YSK will be the first to receive it. They immediately fall back, a bit of a tag in the back of Friendly's head, but let's see. Rolex tries to find him. They flash forward, and now it's down to a 3v4 as they find the weapons. This could be what Zigma needs. Oh, there we go. Missed the op shot. Chocolate has the initiative now. They push in forward onto him. Picks up the AK. They want to take him down. Just Cause is gone. But the rest of the squad actually go all the way from the back around. And just like that, Zigma actually win this off the back of an eco. Pistols still deadly. And after a loss like that, asking questions call for a tactical timeout. How did we just lose that round, guys? Let's take a second. Let's take a breather, pump the brakes a little, and let's think. Zigma, this is what they need. Right? If asking questions are playing it safe, which means it's a default. You got 2-1-2 or maybe a 1-1-3, 3 being on the B site. A is slightly weaker. Zigma knows this. Of course, easier to rotate. I mean, with the way that the map is laid out, right? You got the side of bank or the back of A. You can rotate around either side, and that means that if you're stuck towards the back of the A side, which is where the asking questions players were, it allows for a bit of a pincer maneuver from Zigma, which effectively wins them the round regardless of the weapons that they have. Asking questions just weren't quite prepared for it, and of course, I think YSK, maybe Caramel, just weren't quite able to find the frags this time around. But okay, I think we have some technical issues on the side, so I can't really quite see what's going on. A little bit of an error. There we go. Okay, it's fixed now. But in the midst of all that, I think we heard a couple of grenades being traded back and forth. Rolex finds the information, and just going to take a little bit of a gamble. Let's spray through. He actually finds one with a wallbang, and now it's going to be Genius, who tries to pincer asking questions down, keep them sandwiched in connector. 2 players gone, 2 more players gone, and that's all that remains is Seaweed and Chocolate. AWP, M4, Seaweed tries to find one back for his team, but how much more can you get? I'm pretty sure reality is calling that the A side is clear as well. And yep, that's right. We see the bomb rotating back. They're going to get it planted. And of course, it's going to be asking questions to probably opt for the save. Going to be a bit difficult to do that, though. Maybe their best bet is to head towards T-spawn. And reality is looking for them. Cigarettes, slightly closer. So I think Seaweed and Gang. But of course, let's be ninjas about this. Let's not be elephants. We don't want to give any information away. We want to catch them off guard, asking questions, anticipating every possible angle now. And just like that, Cigarettes will be the first to fall. They know where the remainder of the asking squad members are. Are they going to hunt them down? It does seem like Just Cause wants to go for it. Let's not let Seaweed hold on to the op. Of course, if he does, he might pass that over onto Insanity or Caramel, which is just something that we don't want, but very even on both sides. I mean, we said this earlier before on Dust 2. It's happening again on Overpass. I think I would have expected a little bit more of a one-sided match from Zigma, considering that this is their map pick. But asking questions prove that they're not a... You know, you can't just toy with them. They're not a force to be reckoned with. And Insanity now aggressively forward up towards Party. He's going to find Genius. They make it not an even trade. Insanity was tagged up, but he's not dead. Here we go. It's going to be Zigma still trying to find something. Maybe a set to execute onto the A site now. The bomb has been dropped, however, so they're not going to make any hasty decisions just yet. A little bit more background on asking questions. All right, whatever you want to call them. Maybe they're an infamous team, but yes, they have, I mentioned earlier, some players from the ex-Optic India team, but they also have a couple more insanely experienced guys, not on the squad, but behind the scenes. If you don't know this, the team owner for asking questions is a guy known as Prasad, aka Striker X, from the old Singaporean team known as Titans. A very, I think they dominated around CS 1.6, and that's years of experience. He is the kind of the coach for the squad, and of course, you try to make a set execute. Asking questions has the firepower and the positioning. They're going to mow you down. And that's possibly, you know, possibly the coaching from guys like Striker X. And aside from that, they also have, I think, a coach in the form of YB, Lucas YB Groening, a player from Signify. I'm not sure, but he's German. So a bit of that foreign talent and European Counter-Strike coaching. As we all know, EU tends to be the region that dominates Counter-Strike. I'm not sure if everyone has seen that. It's not even a meme. It's an advertisement from the Danish McDonald's company. And they use Counter-Strike to advertise their McDonald's meals, which, how awesome is that? So, back to the point, which is that asking questions, they have all of this to back them up, right? Coaches, good players, and it definitely shows. I mean, they might have lost in the first season of 5E, but now that they have more experience playing competitive games, they're starting to get more practice, and along with it, their performance increases. Zigma, on the other hand, they have a lot of experience as well. And being Thai, I guess Counter-Strike is kind of in their blood, and that's going to be this push from them from long, but Chocolate slows them down, triple spray, and 3 players are gone from the board. It's all up to Rolex Monster now, as again, the ninja from the back comes up from connector. Wants to retrieve the bomb, but it gets smoked and mollied off. Ooh! Insanity! Shot through the smoke, and you are to blame. Rolex Monster is brought down to shame. Well, not really. It's not shame. Rolex Monster, incredibly strong player as well. Just having a little bit of a tough time. The team, unfortunately, just lined up for the asking questions player. I believe that was Chocolate. Okay, a little bit of a laggy stream right now. I think maybe it's partially due to the fact of connection issues. But just bear with me. It's probably going to be sorted out pretty soon. In the meantime, we have a bit of a technical or tactical pause on either side. I'm not too sure. But Zigma, on their map pick, again, this is, I believe I had not mentioned this earlier before, it's the semifinals for the Southeast Asian division of the 5E Arena Open Season 2. Whoever loses this, it's single elimination, so you get knocked out. I mean, you maybe get a chance to play for the 3rd placement match. But best of 3, if Zigma loses this map, it's goodbye for them. And they definitely don't want that to happen on their map pick nonetheless. So with Pistols now, they're just going to push in together as a team. It has worked out for them before on this A site. Can they do it again? That's the question. Lag us back, but let's work with it anyway. We're gamers. This is something that we're used to. It's going to be a full-on firefight, but the automatic weapons are having a bit of a tough time for now. It's going to be Caramel, the USP, in fact, who finds triple headshots. We had a triple early on, and yet another triple this time around for asking questions, and all that's left, once more, is Rolex Monster on the back with a Glock 18 Dragon. Bomb has been dropped on the A side as well. Goes in for a bit of a shot, but information given away, and that's going to be YSK to clean things up. 7-5. Of course, once bitten, twice shy. Asking questions this time around. If you try to rush us down on A, we are going to quickly respond to it, and Caramel will be there to save the day. 7-5, and now they get to buy back in. Zigma, they need this round. We are coming to the end of the first half, and I think I want to see more site executes from them because of the way that asking questions have been playing so far. That would be their weakness. Right? You quickly seize control over a site, take down the 1 or 2 players that are defending the A site, and then you just go with teamwork, delay the others. There we go. It's the site execute now. Can they take these fights head on? They find the information, but Genius is the first to fall. Oh, no! With the molly up towards Pillar, it just makes it difficult for them to push up. But now Reality, with a sheer firepower and might that his AK provides, he's going to find a couple more heads. 1v2 situation. This is not impossible. Goes in for the slow peek around the back of Pillar. And Caramel seems to think that he's coming in from towards A, B short. But oh, Chocolate repositioning himself off the barrels. Zigma lose the round. Lost bonus starting to come back in, but this is second last round of the first half, and it's either going to be a force or a save at this point. If they force, they don't have the best, I mean, they don't have utility for the next round. They could buy up AKs, but it's not the best. So yet another pistol round for them. And they're going to be a little bit more desperate to find whatever they can possibly get. It's going to be Rolex lurking up towards Connector while the rest of the squad push up B long. I mean, yeah, A long. They went up A short earlier on. The rush worked for them once. Didn't work the second time. Are they going to try a third? Is third time the charm? They have not rushed up A long before, but of course they don't want to do that because Caramel has an op. But there we go. Pincer down on the YSK and he's gone. Let's see if we can get Caramel, and then that would be a lot better. First off shot sounded, and what Genius knows that he's there. But oh, goes for the molly instead. Allows for Caramel to find 2 headshots back to back. He's done it before. He's going to do it again. Now Chocolate finds another headshot. It's down to a 2v2 as Just Cause with the Deagle does a lot of damage. Dances back and forth from the back of the generator. Looking for more, but Seaweed mows him down, and it's all up to Rolex. The bomb has been planted, and I think that was their objective, but no. Not going to be able to defend the bomb. And Asking Questions steals away the 9th win. Again, apologies for the network stream lag. I'm going to try to fix it. I don't know. It's lagging for me, unfortunately. I'm going to wait for instructions on how to fix that. But for now, Asking Questions are just performing admirably. And Zigma, a little bit desperate, they almost make it work, but unfortunately the Deagles just were not quite as effective. There we go, a little bit fixed. So now that they have a full buy, this is the last round of the first half. We don't want to give Asking Questions the 10-5. But the molly will give away 1 position. Someone's going to burn. They make it an even trade, but at what cost? Cigarettes is down super low. Bit of a flash, and I guess he wants to be the bait for his teammates. Then they can play off of his contact, possibly turn it back into a 3v3. A little brief moment of respite for the Zigma squad as they reassess their options. They don't quite know where the Asking Question players members are, but there we go. That's the trade that I was talking about. 3v3 now, and they might have the A site. They need to be methodical about this, though. Pushing in around from towards Monster. They need to deal with Caramel, who has an op, and not to mention the one player, YSK, hiding around these positions. It's similar to what we've seen from him, how he plays around A short on Dust 2, hangs up around elevated angles and drops off and repositions himself. It's all up to reality now in this 1v2. He took Caramel down, so that makes it a little bit easier, but the scuffed spray, he finds YSK, but not converting onto Chocolate. And it's going to be Asking Questions, taking away the 10th win for their team. 10-5 on Zigma's map pick, I remind you. It's a tall order for Zigma to come back into it. 5-round difference. They need this pistol win. Well, let's see if they can get it. Okay, well, I guess technical issues for now. I'm going to try to fix the stream. Not quite sure what was happening there, but bear with us. It's really unfortunate because the game was just getting so good. It's Asking Questions versus Zigma again. The score 10-5. And asking questions might actually steal this win away. And if they do, at the very least, they push themselves into the grand finals. I'm just going to talk about the prize distribution for now. For those who don't know, first place, second place, and third place, you gain yourself a seed spot in the FunSpark Ulti Asia Season 2, which is a way bigger tournament, way bigger prize pool. But along with it, first place you get $2,000 US, second place you get $1,000 US. Third place, whoever qualifies for third place, that is, will get $600 US. But let's see, for now, it seems to be asking questions a little bit more aggressive this time around, and they will net themselves the bomb down on the AA site. And it's all up to Reality. He tries to push up, but I think his footsteps have been heard. And with Seaweed plus Chocolate hiding around Bank, he walks into the crosshairs of Seaweed. Just a bit of a bait and switch from Chocolate. And asking questions now, 11-5. Apologies for the earlier, I don't know if it's FPS issues or whatnot, but there we go, it's fixed. You don't have to suffer any headaches or pukes anymore. Just gotta be a little bit patient because this stream is working internationally, regionally, I don't know. But, you know, it's all across the board. There can be technical issues sometimes. I mean, it happens all the time in esports. So right now it's going to be 11-5, and of course, with the buys from asking questions, Zigma, they want to win this back and swing this in towards their favor. They're going to force buy. I don't know if that's the best call, but let's see if that can happen for them. In fact, they are pushing aggressively despite being on the CZ side, something that they have been known to do. And I think at this point, after hearing that one flash, asking questions are probably anticipating this. Let's look at this. I mean, the way that Seaweed is jump peeking, he knows that someone from Zigma could have pushed up front. So the most that this does from Zigma is just delay a little bit of time from the asking questions attack. Right, 120, but it's still not the worst thing in the world. And most they are just afraid that, okay, maybe there's someone up around Baths or around A long, but we can still make the push happen. We have the firepower. As long as they push in together as a team, asking questions should walk away with this round win. So now Zigma, a couple flashes already spent, and now one smoke up in towards Monster. They deny any vision or whatsoever. If they push through this, Zigma might be able to get some information, but there we go. They know it's probably an A hit at this point. Let's rotate over on quick, shall we? We have Genius, who is lurking around Monster, but the rest of the team making their way up around Connector, perhaps Bank. But just as soon as that happens, they find one frag, Insanity, and the rest of the team, from asking questions, make a quick rotation in towards the B site from Connector. Genius will be the first to receive this. A bit of a flash from the team, and it's going to be YSK that takes him down. Reality now with the scout, unable to provide any form of support. He's going to drop the bomb carrier. Drops the second with a headshot, but they make it quick. They hunt him down. Rolex supports him with the CZ. It's down to a 1v2. Can YSK do it? No! The CZ headshot rings true. And Zigma, off the back of a force buy, claw their way back into the game. 11-6. And I have to say, MVP of that round goes to Reality. Reality with the scout, no less. Able to drop the bomb carrier first. One, already very good. Second, gets a headshot onto the guy who tries to trade him. And then, of course, Rolex Monster supporting a brother out. Helping a brother out, sorry. That's what you need to do as a squad. And Zigma are definitely showing that they have what it takes. But here we go. Another aggressive peek. Reality gets information and immediately backs off. They know that asking questions are in pistols this round. So they are going to exploit it. Fast and furious. And that's how Zigma plays. And they're also going to spray through the smoke. Try to catch someone off guard. But asking questions, don't want to give it up too easily just yet as well. They have the deagles to boot in this round. So if they can find a couple of weapons, that would be better. But of course, they have to be careful about how they approach this. Just Cause, oh my gosh, using the rubbish bin as an elevated angle. So smart. Makes it a little bit tougher for the deagle shots to connect. And just like that, easy sprays. It's all up to ins in this 1v5. Only has a Glock. Can't even retrieve the deagle as they all dropped around A. What are you going to do, buddy? At this point, Zigma are just going to steal this round away. So again, I ask you in the chat, is this going to be a hashtag Zigma win, or is it going to be hashtag asking Q? Because at this point, even with asking Q at an 11-7, sure, that is good, sure. But once Zigma comes into their own, once they start building up this bank, all right, they win this round, they get a couple more $1,000. Maybe even if they lose the next, as long as they don't spend too much money to buy back in. Once I see someone like Reality coming in with an op, maybe even a double op setup from Zigma, I think that could be game over for Asking Q, because that is a very, very tough CT side to crack. Asking Q, though, let's not count them out. They have the lead for now. Let's see if they can ride this wave. One opening pick on the form of Reality to start things off, but Chocolate is really low. And now a lot of presence being established up towards water. This is a bit scary. They boost him up. They spot the grenade. And ooh, YSK, unable to react quick enough. Saw the frag coming out, but tries to flick on over. Already started spraying. He tried to wallbang, but was not expecting the boost. So now 3 guys gone off the Asking Q roster. All that remains are Seaweed and Insanity. Bomb is all the way up in towards bathroom. They are kind of separated from the pack now. I mean, it's not even a pack, it's just one guy. 2 lone wolves trying to find whatever they can get. Possibly waiting for Zigma to push into them, but despite Zigma having the tendency to do that, now that they have the man advantage, now that they want their wins, they're like, alright, we don't have to do that. Let's hang back, just use a bit of utility. We spot the head out, let's probably get the kill here. Yeah, there we go. This is definitely going to be an 11-8. Not unless Seaweed can pull off a monster clutch, but there we go. Ooh, the Zeus kill. Let's just rob some salt into that injury, shall we? 11-8. Somebody clip that. I was just playing off of teammates' contact as well. Beautiful. It's like I said, it's Zigma. Now riding this momentum, and probably going to be an 11-9 now that Asking Questions only have Glocks. A couple of, well, no, actually, 1 Glock, 4 Deagles. But the way that Zigma plays, they don't want to give them any room to work with. Right, earlier on, when it was a pistol round, Zigma with the Tech 9s and whatnot, Asking Questions, they play it very safe. They give them so much room, so much respect, and at the cost of, you know, sometimes they lose 1 round because of things like that. Zigma is not the same. Zigma, super confident now, of course. I mean, that many rounds in a row. I think, what, this is their 4th-ish round in a row? I mean, once they start to feel confident, and it's this controlled aggression that we see from them, if it's pistols, they want to stifle the pistol rush from Asking Q. They push in forward and they put a stop to them. Just spray forward. Doesn't matter if we get a headshot or not. Let's just take the Asking Q players down. Let's not give them the room that they want. Meanwhile, Asking Q still being very safe about this, but Just Cause already pushed up onto the stairs. He finds YSK, still in towards connector, smokes it off immediately, and gets a lot of information for his team as well. They know that the Asking Q squad are up around baths, sorry. It's going to be Just Cause who climbs up the ladder, in fact, to take Insanity down. They might have the ace site, but for how long can they hold this? It's a 3v4, and 2 players are tagged up. Caramel and Seaweed need to hold the fort. In fact, it looks like Seaweed wants to go in to hold a a one-and-done angle, perhaps, and then let someone like Caramel support him. But they need to hold their own angles. Caramel's going to find the first, and now they know 2 players are up around bank. But where's the third? Ooh, Chocolate, what a peek. Finds one headshot, but Cigarettes takes Caramel down. It's down to a 1v2. He finds the first headshot. Can he get the second? Yes! Chocolate! There we go. There we go. Oh my god. One guy. Yeah, well, maybe you bait your teammate. Maybe. But that works. You have the information that the Zigma players are definitely up towards the CT spawn. You know, either bank or maybe the back of the A site, whichever side. You know they're there. It's just a matter of getting the flick, which can be a 50-50 fight. But in that situation, he controlled his spray perfectly. And just anticipated the push as well. I mean, that's just smart. So 12-9 now. And asking questions are 4 rounds away from the end of this round. But what did I say earlier on? Zigma might lose this 1 round. They might give them a lot of room to work with. But do they know that Cigarette is hiding under Toxic? Do they know that Reality has an op? They don't. And because of that, they're going to loot the first player. And Cigarettes can push out and go in for a side flank now. He's going to find the first Just Cause and Genius push in as well, and every single one of Asking Questions members are dead. Zigma coming back into the game, 12-10. 12-10. Off the back of a full buy. It's not even Reality. I mean, I don't know if you got a kill in that round. He had the op. But I think the biggest play was Cigarettes hiding from under Toxic. He heard the footsteps. He was probably calling out to his team like, hey, guys, they're coming towards B. Let's not be too hasty about this. We can play retake. Let them think. Lull them into a false sense of security. And that's exactly what happened. Now they picked themselves up a couple of AKs as well. Extra firepower. And Asking Questions have no choice but to have nothing but deagles. And again, another aggressive push up from Genius. It's going to be an easy death squad, easy game of deathmatch now for Zigma. As long as they don't get overconfident, this should be their round. But Insanity has picked up an M4. Swings up around the back. Of course, Zigma has the information. Easy kill for Cigarettes. 12-11. We're tying it up. We are tying it up, but guess what? Now that they've saved up, Asking Questions, they're going to buy back into the game. Caramel with the op now. An op on the T side of Overpass, I'm not quite sure how effective that's going to be, but let's see if Asking Questions has the setup for this. I mean, an op, you push up A long, I think that could be where Caramel wants to go. But the rest of the squad has to support him as well. And take a look at where Just Cause is pushing in towards. He's up around Party. And if they don't know that he's there, the op is just as good as gone. So, Asking Questions, being a little bit more cautious about this time. Not a single member to be spotted around Monster. Of course, they don't know that. Oh, there we go. Just Cause is dead. Party is clear. We can make some moves now. At the same time, Zigma has called out that Monster is probably clear thanks to the information retrieved from Reality. They should be rotating back towards the A site fairly soon. I mean, you can see that at the very least they are thinking about it. But question is, are Asking Q going to play around this as well and rotate on towards the B site? Couple more flashes. Perhaps let's try to find something a little bit more before we make our decision. We got 45 seconds left to work with. Not the worst for wear, but still don't want to take too much time. So at this point, it seems like they are committing towards the A site, in which case I think they're going to be fixing in for a huge firefight. Insanity falls. They make their way in. 20 seconds left. It's got to be fast and easy rotate for Zigma as well. Chocolate looks to clear it out. The Mollies ring forward, and they have to make it quick. 15 seconds left now. It has been smoked off, but they know that there's at least one player around the back of truck. They take 2 down. Reality, the opera is gone. It's all up to Cigarettes, who cannot find anything because easy trades from Asking Questions. Caramel will play off of Chocolate's contact. 13-11. And that's the thing. Zigma, this was their map. They should have had it, but No plan survives contact with the enemy. And that's something I want you guys to remember. If you're playing Counter-Strike, you might have your plans, but the thing is, you got to be able to react fast enough. You got to adapt to your opponents. You got to improvise and adapt and overcome. And this time, reality is going to get punished. Things are not looking too good. Unless Genius can take this one. Yes, he will. Spots him out from the side of the smoke. The edge of the smoke. As it were, the smoke on the water. But 4v4 now. And Zigma, they still have yet to get a good read on asking questions T-side's attack. The only time that they've been coming in with a win streak was when asking questions had broken economies and you know, I guess uneducated, ill-informed side executes. This time around, they're back to their methodical plays, right? Double peek, easy trades if it needs to happen. And of course, with a weakened A site, they are going to be pushing in towards it. They have 50 seconds left, so they can still rotate. And Zigma, I think they know it's going to be an A hit at this point. The Molly is forward and, oh, a little bit exposed, don't we think? It's going to be Caramel who finds the easy shot, and now down to a 2v1. Cigarettes comes in from the back of Connector. This is not impossible, but 30 seconds left, and asking questions can actually go all the way down to the B side, but they haven't done that yet. Oh, and leaving themselves exposed. They didn't think that there was going to be a player from Connector. 20 seconds left now, and Caramel has to make a quick move. Goes into plant behind the boxes, okay. 1v1, though. At this point, I'm going to say it's a 50-50. The only difference being that Caramel has a frag, Cigarettes has a diffuser kit. Goes in for a bit of a jump peek. Doesn't find anything. Caramel doesn't want to give it, oh my god, any information up, but peeks up from the dumpster. Gives away his head. Now the smoke and the tap. Oh, this could be Cigarette's game. Now he's just going to stick it. Has the kit as well. Caramel goes in for the reload. Doesn't expect it. Okay. Pros don't fake. At least they don't fake twice. And now Cigarettes just finishes him off. 13-12. Well played by Sig. Has the kit. And Caramel just did not know that. So now, this begs the question. You win this round, who's going to win the next? Economy on both sides are still relatively healthy, with the exception of perhaps asking questions not going to be able to afford the best utility. So if I were you, the way this goes in my head, the calculations, I'm going to say 60-40 in favor of Zigma. Right, the chances are they're going to take this round. They even it up, make it a 13-13. They crumple the asking questions economy, make it a 14-13. And then it's just asking questions on the ropes. Once they feel that heat, that pressure, I don't know if asking questions has enough experience to feel comfortable about this. Oh, what an angle! That's dirty. That's nasty. Finds two. Immediately gets traded. Seaweed finds another on the other side as well, but that does not feel good, man. Oh my god, what is this? This is Rainbow Six? You gonna find pixel angles now? You gonna thread the needle? You're not gonna take fights head on, and that is tactics. 3v3, and now asking questions are a little bit more paranoid about where the Zigma players could be. Right? You lose that many players early on, which means a lot of space has been created off of those simple picks from Zigma. The remainder of the Zigma squad can actually push themselves up into forward positions, maybe hold some off angles that asking questions will not expect. And that's exactly where Rolex is, but unfortunately he will fall. YSK just a little bit more prepared. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. But a little bit of a scuffed Molly, and they're going to have a little bit of a tough time clearing out this A side. They don't expect the flank as well coming in from Just Cause. There we go. Trigger Discipline gets the clear and concise headshot. Now 2v2, and they are full white. Bomb plant has gone in, but they won't be able to get the shot on Just Cause as well. What a way to clear the angles. There we go. Double peek, and YSK has gone off the board. 13-13 now for Zigma. And what did I say earlier on? The asking questions economy probably crumpled. That means a very probable 14-13 after the next round. Oh, well, I stand corrected. Actually, not that crumpled. They still got 4,000 in the bag. They're going to buy back in the round. Okay. But not the best utility, right? I mean, utility level says low on the user interface, the graphics. Meanwhile, Zigma, great. Okay. So, of course, they can afford to pull off a lot of smokes, but what? Insanity! Just sprays through the smoke. I don't know, maybe through sheer timing, actually manages to find Genius. So, who's the genius now? My God, man. That is actually... The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, expecting things to change. Vas Montenegro. I'm kidding. That's from Einstein. Who knows, actually, who said that quote. But 5v4 now. And, of course, I guess maybe that was a telegraphed play from Genius, and Insanity just anticipated it. He took a guess, and he turned out to be right. But now Just Cause holding the angle will be able to take Caramel down. 4v4, and Reality has been banged up too. So Monster has somewhat been compromised, but they still seem adamant on pushing forward. If Reality holds the angle, he's going to be able to find a couple more. Finds one, makes it a second, finds a third. Oh, at this point, it's just game over. In Reality, just channeling his inner guardian. This is so... Surely it's going to be 14-13, even though Asking Questions had the bye. What were you thinking, pushing an opper like Reality? And now it's probably going to be a 15-13 Zigma. Asking Questions only has pistols now, and they're going to try to find whatever they can get. But how much exactly, that is the question. Zigma this time around, they want to close his out. Playing for information this time around, holding the off angles, jiggle peeking, not going to go in aggressively. Couple more bursts, couple more sprays, and it's YSK gone off the roster instantly. In an instant, all 4 players gone. All that's left is Insanity, who won't be able to find anything. We are at match point, folks. Might have been, yes, Optic players, but Forsaken is not here. He's gone. He's banished. Not allowed to play Counter-Strike anymore. No one's cheating here, alright? No vac. You can type vac in the chat if you want, but let's be honest. Reality was the MVP of the earlier round, and then on to the next, it was, you saw it coming, 15-13. And Zigma is looking to close this out. They even call it tactical timeout. Playing it a little bit more safe. They can afford to lose one more round. Not the worst. But here we go. Can Asking Questions actually make this happen now? They have the economy to buy in with a full belt of utility. Caramel going with the glass cannon as well. Okay. Going in fast and furious for some form of map control around Monster. But the scarier position for me would be Just Cause and Connector. And also Reality holding down... Well, actually, no, it's Genius. Reality somewhere in towards the back. Oh, no, he's actually around A. It's going to be Insanity who pushes up forward, finds the entries, and now all of a sudden, the B side is gone. Just Cause in from the back, though. They don't expect this, and the bomb planter has been decimated. Not like this, Asking Questions. It's tiny mistakes, and Just Cause exploits it. 2v2 now, and YSK tries to take Reality down. Just Cause is gone. Reality pushes forward, tries to hop in air straight down towards Toxic, but you can't quite make that happen when YSK is beneath you. Under your nose, as it were. So, okay, let's give them that. They can afford that one round. No more mistakes from here on out from both teams. anything goes even awry, and Asking Q will turn this into an overtime game. But of course, if they make mistakes of their own, they leave their flanks exposed, they plant in exposed positions, and it's going to be Zigma's game, pushing us into a third map. Let's see what happens. Zigma looking to go a little bit more aggressive this time. He hears the firing blank shots, and Genius is going to exploit this. That could be the mistake that they were looking for. This could be Zigma's round. Off a frag like that, and now Asking Questions need to ask themselves, where else could Zigma be? They need to be careful, methodically meandering up the A-long position. Go in with a flash, not bad. But look at this, where is Just Cause? He goes in for the spray, gets tagged up. And of course they push into him. It's going to be an easy trade, but at what cost? Reality takes Seaweed down as well. We're down into a 2v4. Things are not looking good. Reality holding these weird angles as well now. No way they find him. Oh, but YSK goes in for the spray, pre-fires it, takes Cigarette down. We're back into a 2v2. They know the B side is open. It's going to be a quick rotate from Zigma as well, but can they make it on time? Asking Questions, even taking the long way around instead of going through short. That might give them a little bit more time. No, it gives Reality time. In fact, to play around the pillars, it's an easy shot for him. Double kill, and he takes the win away from Asking Questions. No overtime. It's 16-14. Both maps. Dust 2 and Overpass, 16-14.